This video will show you 5 different ways to add new inventory to the Rocket point of sale. The first and most standard way is going to our main menu and clicking on the inventory selection. Go to the inventory screen. This will bring up your search screen. Since you're adding new inventory, you can ignore this for the moment. Now you are in the main inventory screen. Now, if you're going to add a new item, we have a slick feature in our software that, say you're going to add a new beer. As long as you're over that beer and you hit the add button, it will come up and say, do you want to create a copy of this item? And then it'll let you edit those fields that apply. So we'll say yes. It will add a SKU number, put in a description, and fill in all the other fields needed except the quantity on hand. It will not put in a quantity on hand when copying from another item. We will not explain each field on this video, but we're just showing you different ways to get the inventory in so you can save this item. Another way to add an inventory item from the inventory screen is the quick add. What the quick add does is allow you to add an item without having to enter all the fields that are necessary on the standard inventory screen. So by hitting the quick add, again, you'll bring up whatever item you're over top of, and you can either copy it or make a new item totally. And these are the minimum fields you need to fill out to sell that item. So if we do copy, it will give it a new SKU number. It will copy the description over. You can put in a new description, new quantity on hand, if it's taxable, what type of item. Again, these fields are explained in our manual. Save it. Back out of this screen, you see we've added another item. Third way of adding inventory is come into the import feature. You can have an ASCII file. Usually this is something you get from your vendors or suppliers. Match up the fields with their data, import it, select their file, import it. The system will find any exceptions, remove the exceptions. Exceptions will be things like blank ID fields or matching ID fields. You can come over here and look at the file before you import it, and then once you're happy with the way it is, you click this button. It will pull the new inventory into the system for you. The fourth way of adding new inventory is to come into your station setup. Make sure this button here, auto create not found inventory, is checked. If that's checked, when you are in the sales screen, and if you scan a new item, and we'll just make up an item ID that just really would never exist. We'll say that's our new item ID. We just scanned it. And when we hit enter, or when the scanner hits the enter for us, it will bring up this screen, and this will allow you to quickly add a new item at the sales screen. So if you know how much it's selling for, let's say $5 in this case, and let's say we have 4 on hand that we know of, and we'll say it cost us $1.25 from the vendor. We can also select a vendor here. Is it taxable? And add the new item. Once this item is in here, then we can process out the invoice as normal. The other way to add a new item, again, we go to our main inventory screen, and you'll notice we have a wizard down here. This wizard is for people that are more new to the software, and once you use the wizard a few times, you will understand what all the fields are in here and how they work. So let's hit the wizard. Again, it will say, are you adding a new item, or are you editing the item that we're over top of? Let's say we're adding a new item. It will give you a description of each field as you go along. Here's your SKU that it self-generates for you, and it will give you a description of what this field does. It shows you the max length of this field and how many characters you got to go. So once this field is filled in, go next. Then we have our barcode. It shows you what the barcode field does. And you can scroll on through. This is a description. And then it says new wizard record. You can make that whatever you want. We can say it's a tea kettle. Whatever we want to call it. And you notice this will go down as I type. And let's say it's blue. And it tells you how many characters are left and what to put in here. Once you're all finished, you can say save. You notice we have a new kettle in here. And that is your 5 ways of adding new items to the Rocket point of sale.